Wow. That's all I can say. I'm at a loss for words. Okay, so we are going to actually unbox and check out all the features on this indoor hydroponics growing system. And this is actually being sold by a company by the name of Ezorkas. And so let's see what is inside the box. I'm very excited about this one. This one looks like a really, really nice unit. Hello, enjoy your indoor garden system. Oh, I sure will. All right, let's check out what Ezorkas has to offer. All right, so we have a hydroponics growing system setup guide. And these are very, very easy to set up. I have quite a few in my collection. And it shows you a chart about feeding your plant with the plant food that they actually have given you free of charge, which is great. Okay, so it's showing you plant A food and plant B food. And on the back, we have a handy dandy chart of how much water, and not tap water, by the way, like a distilled or filtered water, to mix with it to get it activated and shake up, and then add to your water and add to the hydroponics grow system. So this actually has a tank that's 3.5 to 4 liters. So how much water would you put? Well, if you're going to put 4 liters, actually plant food, how much plant food would you put? If you're going to put 4 liters, you're going to put about 20 milliliter of A plant food and 20 milliliter of plant food B. Now, if you're doing 3.5, you just do the math and you figure it's going to be about 1750 A and 17.50 B. I guess. I don't know. Am I good at math? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. So it has a lifespan of 2 years if it's unopened. So keep it out of sunlight. So once you mix your plant food, don't put it near the sun because it can form algae inside of it. All right, so this is what it looks like inside the box. Let's take it out. So it basically just needs a quick assembly, which is easy peasy. And I'm not kidding you. I've put a lot of these type of units together, and they're really, really it's like a 5-minute endeavor. All right, so let's take everything out of the plastic and see what comes with it. Okay, so your plastic is off. Now, what I really like about this system is it has 36 watts of light. And this is full spectrum LED light. You have 2 modes. You have actually one that has a little more red light in it, and that would be the fruit and flower mode, and you have the vegetable mode. Now, these lights actually contain blue and red lights as well as white lights, which is awesome for growing seedlings and all sorts of herbs and flowers and vegetables and fruits. Now, it has 80 LED lights. So if you look close, you'll see those little squares, and there's 80 of them. That really is going to make this system bright. So let's take off the pod cover. Now this right here, you're going to see this is actually your water gauge. And it comes with a little dome that goes over it. And that little dome will actually tell you exactly how much water is in the tank. A lot of units do not have that on it or built into it. So you never know if your water actually evaporated and there's too little in there. Okay, so you get 12 grow sponges. And they actually are the soilless medium that you put your seeds in, and you're going to grow whatever it may be, herbs, flowers, vegetables, and all sorts of plants. You get 12 grow baskets. You get 12 grow domes, and these are humidity domes. And the humidity domes are great for when you place your seed in the pod. It'll actually keep the pod area moisturized and filled with humidity and warmth to actually grow your seedlings. Next, you're going to get the plant A food and plant B food. And all you have to do is add, and by the way, no tap water. Always remember, no tap water in any of these systems. There's too many chemicals in it, including chlorine and fluoride, and it will kill your plants, not grow them. So you're going to add tap water or not tap water, but filtered water, distilled water, bottled water to plant A and plant B food. It comes... You can hear it. It comes with tablets or pellets in there that need to be dissolved. And what's great is they give you a handy dandy measuring cup built in there, so you know exactly how much food or, plant food that you're putting in there. And then you're going to actually drop plant A food by measuring it out into the cap, into the water. You're not going to mix these two together at once. And then you're going to put the amount of plant B food you need into the cap and then dump it into the water. So that's that. Next, let's see what we got here. We got the extendable rod that attaches to the light and attaches it to the hydroponics growing system. This is an extendable rod. Your lighting is great because this is, again, 80 LEDs, 36 watts, and you can extend this from 7 to 21 inches tall depending on the height of your plants. Next, we get the AC/DC adapter, and I'm going to show you where to plug that in. You also get a water pump with a filter. By the way, you need to clean out these little sponge filters that are actually inside. You can just pull this right off. It clicks on and clicks off. And you're going to clean this at least every couple of weeks and add new water in here and new plant food. Now, the great thing about the pump, the water pump, is it oxygenates your water, keeps it moving. Stagnant water that is not moving will cause your plants a problem. It'll create bacteria and fungi and mold spores. And by having the water move around, it oxygenates your plant's roots, increasing the growth. Now, growing your seedlings and your plants in one of these indoor hydroponic systems will actually grow them 5 times faster than if you planted seeds outdoors. And you can also transplant whatever you grow in these systems to the outside garden. You can keep them indoors or outside. So this is just wonderful. Okay, so how do we plug it in? Okay, there's going to be a little spot to plug your AC/DC adapter in on the bottom. So this is why you're going to need to plug it in before you add your water. Because if you add your water, you're in trouble because you'll have to flip it over to plug the adapter in. And you see right there, that piece of the plug is going to go right in here. And you're going to guide the wire into this little groove right here. And then it's going to actually not make it so this thing is floppy. So there you go. All right, I'm going to put it together, show you really fast what it looks like. And actually we're going to fast forward to the future, and I'm going to actually show you some of the plants that are growing inside of it. Okay, so I just cut these lettuces down. Now, it took 2 weeks for the lettuce to really start sprouting up from seed, and it reached all the way to the top of the light, which, by the way, all you have to do is put one hand on the unit and the other hand on this pole and pull it up, and it'll extend all the way up to make the light actually 21 inches tall. So your plants from the roots down into the receptacle all the way to the top of the light can grow up to 21 inches tall. Now, I'm growing zinnias in here, and I'm growing carnations, and you see little carnations growing. And I just cut the lettuce. The lettuce was outrageous. You should have seen it. Okay, so all in all, I give this system a total thumbs up. Here is your LCD panel. You have the button that says power, vegetable, flower, and the pump. If you want to choose vegetable, you choose vegetable, and this is what the lights look like. If you want to choose flower, this is what the lights look like. And now you see more of a red spectrum in there. And now we're going to hit vegetable. And you can see the light changes to a different type of spectrum. Now, since I'm growing a lot of lettuces, I chose vegetable, even though the flowers are doing well on the vegetable mode. So all in all, I'm going to say that this is a really great system. Again, look at these healthy plants that are growing in it. Now, one actual message I'd like to give to you guys is there are 12 holes or pods to actually grow your plants in. Your best bet is to not use every single hole. And the reason being is because what happens is it becomes overwhelming. And I'll show you a picture of how overwhelming it was before I just cut these lettuces. And we'll conclude our video. So I'll put a link in the description below. You need to buy this. This is way better than the AeroGarden. And I have the AeroGarden right there, by the way. And as you can see, unused. And I wasted my money. I spent close to $180, $190 for this AeroGarden. And it turns out that it was a waste of my money, and I'm going to return it, because why spend all that money when you can just spend under $100 for one of these units that work really great? And again, look at that beautiful light. This is just absolutely the coolest thing ever. And it's quite bright, as you can see here. Look how bright it is on my plants. And they're growing perfectly fine without spending all this money on a boutique type of item that, is the Aero Garden. All right, guys, I'm going to just show you pictures really fast of how beautiful this hydroponics growing system by Ezorkas makes your plants where they blow up and they go out of control like a jungle. Stay tuned, and don't use every single hole like I did. You live and you learn. And by the way, this is the gauge for the water. Right here, it's a little dome I didn't get to show you yet. And you attach it, just stick it in, right into there, and it'll tell you how much water is in your system at all times, and so you can keep an eye on it.